Kashimariko. One night, as Reiko was walking home from work, she was sexually assaulted by American soldiers. The details of what happened that night are just too horrific to fully describe, but what is known is that after the assault, broken and traumatized, Reiko threw herself off a bridge onto the railroad tracks below, and a train was coming. The impact severed her body at the waist, cutting her cleanly in two. By all accounts, she should have died instantly. But the extreme cold of the Hokkaido winter had an unexpected effect. The freezing temperatures caused her blood vessels to constrict, temporarily stopping the bleeding, and Reiko did not die, not immediately. For several agonizing minutes, she remained conscious, her upper body still alive, while her lower half lay meters away on the tracks. Desperately, she began to crawl, dragging herself across the frozen ground toward the train station. She was screaming for help. And a station attendant saw her. He watched as this broken woman pulled herself toward him.
Cat.
Her face twisted in agony and
I'm listening to scary stories and doing laundry.
She reached
So
out to him and she begged for help.
Happy you're here to join me. My last live with a bunch of viewers ended randomly. I did not want it to.
Just walked away. So eventually, Mariko died alone, in the cold and the dark, betrayed by the very people who could have saved her. According to the legend, her spirit never forgave them. Well, there is no historical documentation of this incident ever actually occurring. No police reports, no newspaper articles, no verifiable records of a woman named Kashimariko dying in this manner. The story likely reflects the anxieties and trauma of post-war Japan, a nation back then that was grappling with occupation, violence, and a profound sense of helplessness, rather than any single real event. But that hasn't stopped the legend from spreading, and in the world of urban legends, belief is more powerful than fact. So according to the legend, anyone who hears Kashimariko's story will be visited by her ghost within 3 days. She appears in different ways, in your dreams, through a mysterious phone call, or manifesting before you in a dark bathroom late at night. And when she appears, she asks you questions. Do you need your legs? If you answer correctly, I need them right now. She might spare you. Who told you my story?
I kind of need them right now.
Kashimariko. Ka as in mask, Shi as in death, Ma as in demon.
Hi Myers, sorry, my last feed like force quit on me a little bit. I didn't do it on purpose, I'm sorry. Super annoyed by that. My bad.
In the 1980s, a new variation appears, particularly in Okinawa and later.
Thanks, it's actually shorts.
This version focuses less on riddles and more on a
very comfortable. It's very, very
woman
comfortable.
with no lower body crawling at supernatural speeds. And people begin calling her by different names based on the sound she makes. Pata pata, kata kata, shaka shaka. The name Teke Teke becomes dominant in the 1990s, likely because it best captures the unsettling scraping sound of elbows and hands dragging across concrete. The
Yeah.
teacher knew the manga
I like
cements
shorts.
this version in
I like
popular
dresses
culture.
and skirts
eventually
too, but
combining the
I'll either wear
Kashimariko
shorts
backstory
underneath
with
them
terrifying Teke Teke
or
imagery. So today,
get like a sport
Kashimariko and Teke Teke are
a
often
dress
treated
with
as
it
the
in
same
there.
entity.
I am married,
Or
yeah.
at least as two aspects of the same vengeful spirit.
It's very nice, thank you.
Kashimariko is
Yes, I
the
am
name,
very
the
happily
origin,
married.
the curse. Teke
In the
Teke
last
is
live
the
stream,
sound, the image,
I don't think he's found
the
his way here yet because it
Coach presents
canceled itself on
Brothers to
accident, but he was like, I hope your husband doesn't get jealous, but I think you're really beautiful. And I was like, dude, he doesn't get jealous, and also like, that's how you compliment a woman. That's how you compliment a married woman. Like, it's so not hard to be creepy, and I was so proud of him. I thought it was really thoughtful the way he said it.
It does smell a lot better.
A hot tub. I am emo.
File for $0 simply free if you qualify.
And I'm unafraid to tell you, I'm actually emo since the original emos. Hopefully you don't do the math on that. Damn, dude, I do need to stand up and turn around because I'm putting my laundry away. But now you said that, and I really don't want to.
This one's going long. Somebody catch! Friends don't let friends put up with hard. Pass the Toms and Grinders at Target.
Elmo.
The nightmare. Not all versions of Teke Teke trace back to Kashima-reiko. In some tellings, the ghost is not a traumatized office worker.
Marrying an emo is a significant responsibility, so I hope that you have a lot of experience with mental health issues.
This version serves
Cheers,
as a cautionary tale about bullying.
No, I can't, but please stop.
Who tells the story
I don't want to block you, but I will.
And she was easily frightened.
Don't be gross. It's so easy to not be gross, and then I would have done what you want me to do anyway, because I have to put my laundry away. But because you said something gross, I'm not gonna do it now.
Pranks on her constantly. They hid behind doors.
I don't know.
To jump out at her. They would fake spiders.
I'm really not
glass.
that
They told her
attractive,
scary
so
stories just to watch her
or maybe it's
cry.
the masculine energy.
One day,
I
while
don't
waiting
know.
for a train after school,
Thank you.
several of her friends
Meredith,
decided to play
yo,
one final
okay,
joke.
I don't know
They
if
caught a cicada,
Meredith, I don't know if you're like into D&D at all, but I'm prepping for this campaign my best friend Anthony is gonna do, and
she was terrified.
my character, I made up a whole solar system that's called Meredith, and then each planet in the solar system is like Meredithian, Terra 1, Terra 2, etc., etc. So, super psyched to just randomly see your name. That made my night.
Arriving at that exact moment, she didn't even have time to scream. The train severed her body instantly, but her spirit did not pass on. Her fear, her humiliation, her rage at the cruelty of those who should have been her friends.
That's best.
All of it angered her to this
God damn it, dude.
world. Now she haunts the places where trains run, searching for new victims. Some say she
If
targets
I give
bullies
moderation
specifically.
to
Others
one of
say
you,
she
are
kills
you willing to
indiscriminately,
like
spreading the same
remove the
terror
people
that was
who are
inflicted
being really
on
creepy
her?
to me right now?
The moral is
in the
clear.
chat?
Don't torment others, or their vengeful spirit might comfort you.
Dalton, that's very
Perhaps the
sweet.
most disturbing connection to Teke Teke involves a famous Japanese children's song called Sachang. Katsuang is one of Japan's most beloved nursery
Thank
rhymes,
you,
first
Tyler.
released in 1959. The original lyrics are innocent, a simple song about a little girl named Sachiko who loves bananas but can only eat half of one because she's so small, and who is sadly moving far away.
There you go, my guy.
But
I
according to
really
urban
appreciate the
legend, there
assistance.
are
If you have to
hidden
leave, just let me know and I will give it to the next person.
cursed verses. In Muran, Hokkaido, the same city associated with Kashima-reiko, there lived a 14-year-old girl named Sachiko.
Sorry, my setup
One
is
snowy
not the
winter
best.
day, while crossing railroad
There you
tracks on her way home from school, Sachiko's foot got caught in a groove hidden by the snow. The crossing barrier began to descend.
Here's like what I was
She
talking about,
tried to
Myers.
free herself, but her
Like this
ankle
is a pretty
twisted,
skirt,
and she
but it's actually
moved.
shorts.
So, unfortunately,
Yeah,
the
it's actually
train
like
struck
shorts
her. Her body
bottom.
was severed at the
So then I can,
waist.
you know,
For
go be a
several
human outside and
horrifying minutes,
it'd be windy and
she
shit, and I don't have to
remained
worry about it.
crawling across the snow, desperately searching for her missing lower half. When she finally died, her spirit was consumed by grief and rage. Years later, some cruel boys in her former class thought it would be funny to create a fourth verse to the Sachang song, mocking her death. So the verse goes, Sachang lost her legs on the railroad tracks, so she's coming to take your legs tonight.
Hola,
Sachang."
Mexico.
3 days later, both boys were found dead.
¿Qué tal, mi
Their
amor?
legs had been torn
Graduated from high school in
from their
2023.
bodies.
You did.
According to the legend, anyone who sings or even
That's
reads
amazing.
the cursed fourth verse of Sachang will be
2023
visited by her
is
spirit.
a year
The
after I
connection
got
between
married.
Sachang and Teke Teke is now inseparable in Japanese folklore. Now that we understand where Teke Teke comes from,
Environment
let's
is a
what
state of
this
mind.
creature actually is.
I also agree with
and
that.
what makes it so terrifying.
You mean literally the
So as I
environment,
told
like
you, Teke
Earth and
Teke
shit.
appears as only an upper body, severed at
Hi,
the
Peter.
waist with
Oh my
ragged
god,
flesh,
Peter, do you know
exposed
about
spine,
the
and
app
sometimes
Finch?
trailing
It's like a,
entrails.
it's
She
like
has long
Duolingo,
black
except for like
hair,
doing
disheveled,
regular
and often
everyday
covering
like
part of her
self-care
face.
things.
Her skin is
It helps me
pale,
remember to
and
like take good care of
horse-like,
myself and not
sometimes
prioritize
described
like
as
housework
grayish
over
or
my own needs.
bluish. Her eyes are sunken,
Anyway, I named my
empty,
Finch Peter, so
hungry, filled
happy
with
to see you're here.
rage or madness. Her fingernails have
Dude,
been
2000s
worn
went by
down,
hella
black and
fast.
clawed from endless crawling. In some
So
versions, she
fast.
carries a rusted scythe, which she
Like, do
uses
you know how
to cut
crazy
her
it
victims
is
in half.
to be
And what makes Teke Teke
as
so
old as I
dangerous
am
isn't just
and
her
still
appearance,
already
it's
know,
her
like,
speed.
I
Despite
was
having no
alive
legs,
and
Teke Teke
like
can move at speeds of
kicking
100
when
to
the
150
Y2K
kilometers
styles
per hour,
that are
faster than a
back
car
in style
on a
now,
city street.
like the first time
And she
around
achieves
when they were
this
really
by
bad.
pulling herself forward with her arms
It's
and
crazy. I'm just waiting for
frantic
skinny jeans to come back
spider-like
around
motion.
for real.
Her elbows and hands scraping against the ground.
Oh yeah, so
why
this
writing from
is
Teke Teke is almost
Megan Lee.
always
She has two
futile.
channels.
No
One,
human
Dark
can
Asia,
overcome
is
flat
true crime,
ground.
and this one
one of
is
the most
Beauty and
terrifying
Beasts, which
aspects
is
of the Teke
like
Teke
cryptids and
legend
folklore from
is
around the
the
world,
curse of
but very dark
knowledge.
themed. It's
According
very
to
fun.
many versions of the story,
You should check out my
simply
channel. I
hearing
do a lot of
about Teke Teke is
cryptid
enough to
stuff
draw
and
her
all that
attention.
kind of shit.
Once
So if you
know
like
her story,
I'm a spooky
you
bitch,
have
so you
3
can go check out my
days
channel
before
if
she
you
comes
want.
for you. And this is why the legend is spread so
Meredith, hi!
effectively. People who hear the story are compelled to share it, partly out of fear, partly to spread the
Tyler,
curse
appreciate
to
you
others.
doing a good job
Some
taking care of
versions
me.
claim that if you tell the story to 10 other people within 3 days,
You're very
the
sweet.
curse
I
will
really
pass
appreciate
to them
you doing
instead
that
of
for
you.
me.
When Teke Teke catches her prey, she does one thing. She
Now I
cuts
feel like
them
I
in
can
half.
stand up and do what I was
Using either
doing.
her
Thank you.
scythe or her bare claws, she severs her victims' bodies, just as hers was severed. In some versions, her victim then become Teke Teke themselves, adding to the
Yeah, this is
legend
definitely
of
like
crawling,
a
legless
horror
ghosts
rated
that
R
haunt Japan's
live
railroad
right now with the
tracks.
stories we're
Why
listening to,
does she
so
do
just
this?
trigger
The
warning for
stories
anyone
offer
who
different
can't do horror things.
explanations.
That's what we're
She
doing
is
here.
seeking legs to replace her own. She is recreating her own tragedy.
See,
Or
Meredith?
perhaps she simply wants others
Oh, and
to
this one?
share her suffering. Over the decades,
Clickety
various
clackety, I roll to
methods
attackety.
of surviving
And then there's
Teke
a
Teke
cat on it,
emerged in
like
the
this.
folklore.
Like my
Whether
cat.
this actually work is, of course,
Turn you guys
impossible
around.
to verify, but they've become an
Gracie.
essential part of the legend. The
Gracie?
first and most important rule is to answer her questions correctly.
She is my
If Teke
laundry
Teke asks,
supervisor.
"Where are my legs?" you must respond with, "On the Beijing Expressway." Some versions specify different locations, but the key is to answer with confidence.
Dude, Tyler's fucking on
and
top of it.
without hesitation.
Respect.
If she asks, "Do you need your legs?" the safest answer is, "I need them right now." A simple yes might not be enough. Another survival method involves height. According to some tellings, Teke Teke cannot climb.
And you guys
She's
watch
bound to the
Dropout,
ground,
like
forever
on
bound.
YouTube, or like
So
have
if you can
the
get to higher ground,
actual
onto a wall, a roof, or
um,
even a tall vehicle,
streaming
she
service?
can't follow. There are also specific
hella dude.
phrases said to warn
It's
her
kind
off.
of my life.
Chanting Kashimare equals 3 times.
If you
is
go to my
sometimes seen
channel,
as a
I have a whole
protective
playlist on D&D
because
shit.
that acknowledges
I'm like
her
really
true
fucking into
name
it.
and origin. Others claim that reciting Buddhist sutras or carrying protective charms can keep her at bay. The most common advice, however, is simply don't be out alone near railroad tracks after dark, especially not within 3 days of hearing her story. And as if Teke Teke were terrifying enough, some versions of the legend included even more disturbing detail. What happened to her missing lower half? According to certain tellings, when the original victim was severed in two, both halves of her body became cursed. Her lower half became something else entirely. They call it Katsuang, or sometimes Toko Toko. Unlike its upper counterpart, Katsuang doesn't crawl. Of course, it walks. Just a pair of legs, severed at the waist, with nothing above, striding through the darkness, forever searching for the rest of its body. And the name comes from the sound of footsteps. Katsu, katsu, katsu. What happens if Katsu finds you? Well, the stories aren't consistent, but some say it will try to attach itself to you, merge it with your body in, a grotesque fusion. Others say
What's it
it will
called?
simply crush you beneath its tireless steps. Still, others say it's harmless, just wandering
Thelma?
eternally.
Yeah,
in
I've
search of
definitely
what you never
done some
have.
Thelma
And
cosplays
for
before.
those who live near Japan's railroad tracks, it's just one more
Frank,
reason to
you're
see it
back!
sign
I
after
was
dark.
my last stream
Now
just
you may
cut
wonder,
out for no
why
fucking
train?
reason, so I
To
had to
truly
I had to straight up start a brand new
understand
one.
why
It's really
Teke has
annoying.
endured
Sorry about
so
that.
powerfully in Japanese
Oh,
culture,
that's very
you need
nice,
to
thank
understand
you.
Japan's relationship with trains.
Yo, Frank, I got this
Japan's
person
rail network
Tyla
is one of the
moderating for
most
me, and they're so
extensive
fucking
and
on top of
heavily
it, and
used
like
in the
fucking
world. Millions of
getting
Japanese
people that are
citizens
creepy
ride
up out of here
trains
for me,
every
and it's the
single
most
day.
amazing thing in the
Train
world.
stations are not just transportation hubs; they're community centers, meeting places, shopping destinations. But this intimate relationship
it's a-
with rail travel,
Like I was saying
has
earlier,
its
it's
side.
so
Japan has
easy
long
to like
struggled with high
Not be
rates of
creepy and attracted to
self-inflicted
someone,
deaths
you know?
on railways.
It's so easy.
People just jumped. And for some reason, the phenomenon is so
Oh, you
common
saw him?
that
Yeah,
rail
he's a
companies
good
have
Kashi-kun,
implemented
huh?
various countermeasures. Blue lights on platforms believed to have a calming effect. And platform screen doors, even financial
He's kinda tall.
penalties
I'm
charged
very
to
short.
families of those who died on the tracks to discourage the act.
Yeah, I worked super hard on his costume. He's like my masterpiece for his like cosplay for Kakashi.
Now go get us tickets. Only pay for what you need.
I'm very good, thank you, Adam. Hi, Kelvin. I'm really good. We're watching YouTube on this YouTube live, like enjoying scary stories.
The gym, the airport, the spotlight.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'm able to slow things
Well,
down.
that guy, to be fair, was particularly small.
Stretches as I stretch,
But I guess,
steady through it all.
yeah, husband's tall, I guess.
Even though I'm always on the move, it's the comfort of Julian that keeps me grounded.
Yeah, no, probably more than that, to be honest. But I also really enjoy it. So, like, I take my time and get in, like, this meditative state. Kind of like if you've ever painted. Like, you just kind of get lost in what you're doing, and then, like, all of space and time fades away, and it's just you and the thing you're doing. Yeah, I love working with wigs. I have so many cosplays, dude. So many cosplays. Thanks, rest in peace. Kelvin, I do have a boyfriend. Actually, I'm married. Sorry, friend. But I love hanging out anyway. He's not weird about this or anything, so, you know, you're still welcome to hang with us.
And so many others. The variety of delicious meals make it so you never get bored eating the same thing over and over. They're giving you 50% off.
Right,
your first
total
week,
passion
so
project.
meals come out to less than $6. The deal may end soon, so now is the time to give them a try and taste the difference for yourself. If you want to eat better
Yes,
for less,
Victor, I remember you're from Venezuela. I hope you're doing well.
The image of a body on railroad tracks is not
Thanks, Victor.
abstract horror in Japan. It's a real, present anxiety
What barcode?
woven into the fabric of everyday life. Now, if Teke Teke were merely a story, it would have faded away decades ago.
That's
But
very sweet.
Interestingly, the
Yeah,
story
he thinks he's
hasn't.
very lucky, and I agree.
Stories about sightings have only increased. So if you go looking for Teke Teke encounters online, you will find hundreds.
He
of
trusts me
on
to
Japanese
take care of it
forums like
because
2channel or 5channel.
I'm a spooky badass bitch,
Anonymous
and I'm
users
not
post what
afraid
they call
of being talked down
experience
to.
stories, claims of late night encounters near train stations and crossings. But the posts appear
Plus, I got,
alongside ghost stories and urban legends, with
got one
no way to separate genuine claims
modifier,
from creative writing. So whether
mediator.
you believe it or not,
and
it's up to you.
they're doing a really
woman
good job,
posted about
so
an
I don't have to really
experience
think
she
about
had
it. And anything
while
too
waiting
creepy,
for
they just
late-night train
cut out,
in
so I don't even
Osaka.
have to see it, and
It was
we'll,
close to
you know,
midnight. The platform was completely
throw people
empty.
out of
No
the
staff,
chat if
no
they're being too
other
gross.
passengers, just the hum of fluorescent lights.
Still get
and
jealous.
the distant echo of trains
What does that
passing on
accomplish?
other lines. At the
Like, of
far
what?
end of the platform, she noticed a figure, a schoolgirl in a dark
I used to get really
uniform.
jealous.
The girl was
Like, I
leaning
was,
forward
in all my
against
prior
the bench,
relationships,
her elbows
I
resting casually
didn't
on the
pick
seat,
particularly
watching
nice
her.
people, and I was
Her posture
lied to and
looked
cheated on a lot.
relaxed, almost bored. The woman
So much
felt
so that eventually
uneasy.
I
It was
just
strange to see a student
stopped
out
being
so
jealous
late,
because I
but she
realized I was
told
only
herself
hurting
she was
myself
just being
with those
paranoid.
emotions.
Then she noticed something wrong.
Yeah.
Below the bench, there
Tyler,
were
you are
no
working
legs.
hard. Do you want me to
Where
add
the
another
girl's lower
person?
body should have been, there was only empty space. No shoes, no knees, nothing. The girl was just ending at the waist. The woman blinked, her stomach twisting. When she opened her eyes again,
Bye,
the
Victor.
platform was empty.
Thank you, Mel.
The girl was gone. No footsteps, no sound, no sign she
Sick.
had ever been there. The woman didn't wait for her train. She left the station immediately and took a taxi home instead.
Right? No need to be
She
jealous.
says she still avoids that platform, even during the day. Most people believe Teke Teke is a spirit bound to railway tracks.
Yeah, like, Tyler, you're
she
killing
only
it.
appears near train
I've seen like
stations,
moments where you
crossings,
are taking out
or
so many
tunnels.
messages and
But the
stuff that I
stories
can add another
online
moderator
suggest
if
she doesn't stay on the tracks.
if
She
it's
actually follows people.
difficult.
One Reddit user
I agree, our
described an
world.
encounter that
Don't be jealous.
happened after he missed the
Not
last
fair.
train home.
Not fair to anybody,
The
especially
station
yourself.
was nearly empty. The platforms were silent. Before leaving, he stopped at the restroom. It was late. There was no one else inside. He entered the last stall and locked the door. As he sat there, he heard something outside. A scraping noise.
Oh, Grace, I know, right?
This sound,
Mothra's in here now,
moved
too.
past the sinks. Then it stopped directly
Richard,
in front of his stall.
you want the
He
heater?
could see a shadow beneath the door, but there were no feet, just long.
She's so
thin
high
arms
still.
dragging something across the
I mentioned it earlier, but like I
and the
gave her
stall
hella
door
gabapentin
trembled slightly.
and cut her nails
He held
today,
his
so
breath,
she's still
afraid that even the sound of breathing would give
super
him
high,
away.
and I
After
feel so
several
bad. She's so
seconds,
small.
The shadow slid away. The scraping noise faded down the hallway.
Cats are the
He waited
best.
5 full
They're the
minutes
fucking best. End of
before
story. I
opening
love
the
cats.
door. The restroom was empty.
I don't have a lot of money if it's not obvious
There was
from
a wet
the
trail
cracking wall I just showed
out of the
everyone.
bathroom, as if something had dragged itself away. Another post came from a man driving home late on a rural Japanese road. It was after 2 a.m. and the highway was empty. As he passed an old railway crossing, his headlights caught something lying on the asphalt. And at first he thought it was a drunk person. Then that thing moved. The figure lifted itself only using its arms. No legs.
Comfy pants fit.
No lower body. Dragging itself forward at terrifying speed. He slammed on the gas. In his rearview mirror, he saw it
Thanks, Frank. You're
chasing
such a
his car,
sweetie.
arms slamming against the road. The sound followed him for several seconds.
Twinkle, twinkle,
Suddenly
little
stopped.
star,
When he checked his mirror
how I
again,
wonder
the
how
road
you
behind him was
are.
empty. Every year there are
Up
news
above the
sightings,
world
news
so
stories from
high,
people who swear they
like
saw
a
something
diamond
crawling
in the
through the
sky.
darkness. And maybe
Twinkle,
they're just
twinkle,
stories.
little
Maybe that's
star,
all they've ever
how I
been.
wonder
But
what
at its
you
core,
are.
Teke Teke is about a
Mothra
woman
loves it when
who
I
was
sing.
abandoned
Literally,
and left
okay,
to die
if
alone.
you've seen
Some
the
saw
actual
her
like
suffering and walked
1960
away.
original
Her rage
Godzilla
made
versus
you
Mothra,
monstrous. But
you know there's like those
started with
beautiful, those
something
little
ordinary.
deity
The
fairies,
need to be
the
seen,
singing deity
to be
fairies.
held, and that part at least is real enough. And that is a wrap for today's story. How did
Like,
you guys like it? I am actually
she
reading all your
literally is
comments
summoned when I
and
sing that.
taking notes on what you guys want me to cover next time, so please list them down. Thanks for listening
Yes,
today,
the twins!
and see you guys
Exactly.
soon. Bye-bye.
So, you know the song they sing for Masuda, Masuda. That's her fucking jam, man. You want out?
Here's what's up at Paramount Plus. Let's go.
Hi, John.
Exclusive live sports like UFC.
I'm doing well. Thank you. That's very nice.
Champions League. The new series Marshals. I'm trying to find a new beginning. And Starfleet Academy. All we got one no one has coming up for. Plus, all new seasons of your favorites. That's gonna be fun. Paramount Plus. Stream now.
Winter outfitting is easy with endless styles at Kohl's. Mix brands for the perfect athleisure look. Matching sets give you versatility to create infinite outfits. And layering your
It's
essential
so hard to set up vertically.
every look.
Thanks, Paul. Alright. Apologies, that was rainy mood. What do we want? We want death cults. We want... I could just be a huge freak and like put on my own videos for you guys. Oh, dinosaurs. Votes for who wants to watch something about dinosaurs right now.
In general, are well known for exaggerating things for dramatic
Like
effect.
for realsies.
And dinosaurs, as well as other prehistoric animals, are no exception to that.
Who loves dinos? Let's go. I'm gonna give a 10-minute heads up. Well, really 12 minutes. When it's 6, I gotta feed my kitty cats, and then I'm gonna make dinner for myself and my husband. So, yeah. T-Rex. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I love psilocybin. I started taking mushrooms in 2010. I think 2009. I think I did mushrooms for the first time in 2009. Yeah, I am gonna make Japanese curry, I think. That, or I'm gonna make stuffed portobello mushrooms with like a ground chicken and bell peppers and shit. Yeah. Let's see, we can do something short. Oh, I want to click on that so hard, but I can't. 20 cozy games. Oh, Pointy Hat. You guys watch Pointy Hat? D&D, anybody? Alright, Beauty and Beasts. We do what we do now. Ooh, Mammoth Cave was a good one. I think she does like a bunch of stories for this one. Yeah. Nice, Jason. Sick. Good for you. Oh man, I forgot to put that away. If you're scared to try them, they are honestly amazing. I know the idea of a bad trip is scary, but that's why I really recommend microdosing them, or when I first started taking them and I was doing them to trip, like in the forest and shit, it was like you eat a tiny, tiny bit, like a nibble, and you wait 45 minutes. See how you're feeling. Still good? Cool. Eat a little more. Wait 45 minutes. See how you're doing. Just really take your time with it if you're afraid, and after like 2 increments of 45 minutes of trying it, like you're already microdosing. And the way that mushrooms feels is more like an intense spiritual clarity, where everything just feels like there's more definition and everything's more vivid in a good way. Like everything just feels pristine and exactly as it's supposed to be, even if it's imperfect. It's a very nice feeling, and unless you take way too much, that's gonna be like the way you feel every time. If you eat enough, which would be like, I think at the edge of microdosing, where it's enough to be like actually trying to get high. But so just kind of riding that edge is a really good space for it. If you can like go out and be in nature, or have items or plushies or something that you really love, that like have shit around you that really makes you happy, and nothing can go wrong. Oh, you miss your cat, Kiko? Kiko's on no. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's nothing like that. You have control of yourself for a lot longer than weed, and definitely a lot longer than with alcohol. Yeah. This one time, my friend Christy was tripping really hard, on purpose, and she started to kind of, take a bit of a turn in her mood, which is what usually starts a bad trip, is when you let negative emotions or thoughts in your head take control of you. So it's really good for learning emotional regulation as well. But she was starting to have a bad trip, so I looked her in the eyes and I took her hands and I said, just curious, what's your favorite color? And she was like, purple. And I like my face, I was like, no way. And she was like, yeah, why? And I was like, I can see auras, right? Like, there's purple everywhere here. Can you see it? You should be able to see it, I think, right now. And then she saw purple everywhere and she was totally mystified, and it totally turned her trip around back to positive. Like, I don't see auras, guys. Yeah, growing yourself can be good though, and also fungi is fascinating, because I started taking mushies so long ago and at so young. I have studied all kinds of fungi. I can't remember the full ology term right now, and it's making me sad and angry with myself, but fascinating stuff. I usually find that if something scares me, learning more about it makes me not be scared anymore. You're telling your kids this is Anne Hathaway. Fascinating. I think my face is way too wide to be Anne Hathaway. Everest this summer, pray for you. Damn, dude. Congratulations. It's a momentous thing to do. Super expensive. Wish I had your kind of funding for that. That's a crazy expensive trip. And I hope you have everything you need, and train yourself physically best you can, and you'll be great. It'll be fine. You won't die. I do have tattoos. My over the garden wall 3/4 length sleeve, and I have one on the back of my skull, but my hair grew back in, so you can't see it. You can kind of see the bottom of it, but I won't bother showing that one again. And I got a strawberry music note. This is the logo for a music festival that existed in the 2010s. Actually, it's existed since the 70s, but it was like a mile away from Yosemite National Park. That's where I tried mushrooms for the first time. Oh yeah. And then I got this mushroom stick and poke that I did myself at a Cinco de Mayo party in 2013, I think. It might have, actually shit, it might have been 2012. I don't remember. Damn, for the permit, my guy. is like most of that just like insurance shit? Like liability shit? Um, Frank, you said you're in California, right? They should just be like legal to buy like weed now. Or maybe that's most of my family lives in Portland, Oregon now, so maybe it's just in Oregon that's also the case. Where I live on the East Coast, it's also like you can go to like a weed shop and buy pot and mushies. Actually, you can like have them order. You can order them on an app on your phone, and they'll just straight up fucking deliver them to you. Southern California, yeah. I honestly can't remember if California passed those same laws. I feel like they would. Yeah, you might just be able to go to a fucking store. Hi, I'm Cora. I think the app might be local to where we are. I'm not sure. But, you know, if they are sold in California, I'm sure that there's a California version of this app, if not 50 of them. Hi from Florida. Yeah. Isn't it fucking weird that they still like test people for pot at jobs though? Like, what? So on a Friday night, you can go drink enough alcohol to literally kill yourself in one day. Or if you smoke weed, you potentially get fired. And like you literally can't die from weed. Unless you pass out and your joint sets your house on fire or some shit. Do you like handle heavy machinery or have to do like intensive care of other people and shit like that? Hi. All right, dear hearts. No, dude, the fuck? Fuck up out of here. Coach's measuring flash? No, the fuck? Professional driver, sick. All right, that makes hella sense. That's totally, like, I get why, yeah. I do collect vinyl, actually. I have a lot of ragtime. Okay, I love you guys. It is 6 p.m. my time. Shout out to Tyla for moderating for me. It was so helpful to not have to worry about people creeping on me super hard with your help. It made this much more fun for me. Thank you. Really. I think it made it more fun for everybody because, you know, I get harassed too much and I start to just get cranky, and that's not fun for anybody. Yeah, you'll never know. All right, me dears, I gotta make dinner and feed my kitty cats. Though Gracie is still passed out. Void. She's just a void on the bed. All right, friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Please check out my channel, SlumberMyth. I have all kinds of fun shit on there. And yeah, I'll see you next time.